Hey, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast out. Tavise Pelzer here, your voice manager, and I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about what has kept her silent for way too long. Hey, I hope you guys are ready. I told you guys we are talking all about trust the process. Don't rush the process, trust the process and what that really means. And so we started it on Monday. If you missed that episode, by all means, go back and check out the replay. But today is all about tending to the garden that you have. Good morning. Hey, Pam. Good morning, sis. Tending to the garden that you have. I cannot stress how important this episode is going to be. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for all of you that will go and share this out. Thank you for those of you that will come and check this out after we are done. By all means, we appreciate you no matter what platform you may be catching the replay. But I definitely wanted to come and give you guys some hard truths. And it's gonna sting a little bit, y'all know, but y'all know I'm not going to leave you hurting. I'm not going to leave you hurting in on the side of the road. I got you. I got you. But we definitely have to have a discussion because unfortunately, we're in a time where a lot of people are comparing themselves to everybody else. How many of you know the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side? Right? We think that the grass is always greener on the other side, right? We think everybody else's kids are better. We think that everybody else's lives are better. Everybody looking at the gram, thinking that, folks is out here on yachts and whatnot. But I wanted to share something. And this is going to help somebody. It may hurt somebody, but I'm not doing it to hurt you. I'm not doing it to be mean. I need you to tend the garden that you have. Hey, Michael, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you. I need you to tend the garden that you have. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. And I'm telling you this for a reason. Sometimes we get so eager and so excited by what somebody else has accomplished. We get so eager and excited by what somebody else has done. Come on. That we trip ourselves up and really we walk ourselves. I won't even say we walk ourselves out. We shut down our own blessings. I'm gonna take off the glasses for this one because y'all gonna hear me. Come on, Michael said it. Listen, come on, because you get to the other side and that grass is not green, it's not green, or you get to the other side and they got patches missing. You get to the other side and they water bill sky high. Come on, come on. There's so many different things. So learning in this season to tend to the garden you have is learning to trust the process and not rush the process. And I'm going to tell you why. Some of you, your garden is only apartment small. This going come on. I need y'all I need y'all to wake up this morning. Some of you, your garden is only apartment small. Some of you, your garden is double house small, or row home small. Some of you, your house is a single home small. Some of you is acres and acres of land. You were called to the garden that you're in for a reason. There are certain seeds that you will plant that will not grow in someone else's garden. Y'all better come on. Have you ever thought about why there's certain fruits and veggies, there's certain plants that are gone and that are planted in certain areas? There are certain plants and veggies and fruits that you can only get from down south, or that are really, really good from down south because it's a different lay of the land. There are some that are really, really good from other parts of the world because that's where it's meant to grow. And there is something that is meant to grow in your garden. And if you rush the process, you'll kill it. I don't know if y'all catching it this morning. I don't know if y'all awake this morning. I don't know. There is something that is specifically supposed to be in your garden that if you do not go and plant it in your garden, if you attempt to plant it somewhere else, it will not bloom. And I'm just going to be honest this morning. Some of you, the business that you're doing, you've planted it in the wrong garden. And so that's why it hasn't bloomed. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The soil and the climate determine what will grow. Some of you have been trying to grow a business and it has not been the right soil or the right climate. Some of you have been trying to grow your numbers and your following and it has not been the right soil or the right climate. But the reality comes in is that if you would just go and tend to the garden that you've been given. I almost wish that I was standing up right now because I would be going in. Like, I feel like this is a movement. I should be moving around. I'm going to tell you where it came from. So I went live Monday. I did the motivational message here on Periscope and Facebook and shared it out and linked YouTube. That's the one. Shared it out and I just had to come back and this second part of this and go, man, I went live again later on Monday from my personal page and was just talking about, the reality, doing a 30-day check-in on the entrepreneurs that are on my page, a 30-day check-in with the moms that are on my page, and just checking in and saying, what have the last 30 days looked like for you? And this is why it's so important for us to tend to the garden that we've been given. Is that literally over the last 30 days, there have been people who have written books. There have been people who have started businesses. There have been people that have made money. There have been people that have there have been people that have said yes to their engagement while in quarantine. There have been people that have started relationships. There have been people that have still been networking. There have been people that have still been growing. People have still been getting education. What have you done in the last 30 days where you so focused on someone else's garden that you didn't tend to your own? Somebody better catch that. Somebody better catch that. Were you so focused on everybody else's garden? Were you so focused on what they were doing as far as the Netflix and as far as Amazon? And were you so focused on everything else that you missed focusing on your own garden? This was the time for you to take the classes that you said you wanted to take. Because can I be honest with you? Your garden is your mind. Your garden is your heart. Your garden is your body. Your garden is your business. Your garden is your family. I don't know if y'all hear me this morning. Your garden is what has been given and blessed to you. What are you doing in your garden? Yesterday, I sold into myself 100%. Between Monday and yesterday, I was in different communities, networking. I was, and not even here, not on Facebook, not on a play. I was off of here connecting with people and motivating and supporting. I was off of here doing things for my children. I was off of, why? Because this is the time for you to work in your garden. We're looking for success. We're looking for somebody to say yes to our business. We're looking for something new. We're looking for creative ideas, but we don't want to spend time in the garden. We want the garden to just, we want the garden to just literally go and move on its own. We want the plants to grow on their own. Come on. Good morning, Pat. Listen. We want the garden to grow on its own without our help. We don't want to have to pull the weeds. We don't want to have to go and get the seeds and plant the seeds. We don't want to have to figure out which seeds are going to be planted. But we don't want to have to do all of that. We want the garden to just grow. We wish our children to just grow up and we ain't got to do much or nothing. We wanted our relationship. Y'all better catch this morning. We wanted our relationships to just grow and be prosperous and be amazing. We wanted hashtag relationship goals, but we didn't want to tend to the garden. We didn't want to tend to the garden. And so God gave us a moment in a season for us to be able to get back to the process and trust the process and look at the fact that our garden has become overrun. There's weeds in the garden. Come on. There's weeds in the garden. There's snakes in the garden. Y'all better. I don't. Is y'all awake this morning? Is y'all woke? Let me know. Let me know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Pat said it. That garden work is hard. And so we wanted to give up. And we don't want to do the garden work because we got to worry about the snakes that's in the garden. We got to worry about pulling up the weeds from the garden. We got to worry about watering our plants. And we got to think about it like this: we can't be focused on anybody else's garden and not be focused on our own. We can't tend more to the garden of everyone else and leave our garden unattended. And so for many of you, that's what this was. This was a moment for you to get back to your garden. This was a moment for you to get back to the process because he has you going somewhere further, because he wants you to tend a bigger garden, but you got to work on the garden you have right now. And so when I say work on the garden, what did you do for yourself, your body? What did you do for yourself spiritually during this time? What did you do for yourself mentally, emotionally? What did you do for your family in this time? What did you do for your spouse or your relationship in this time? How did you tend your garden? And so something that I said when I was live on Monday, and it cut out, it could lock me. I got knocked out of Facebook and all types of other stuff. But the reality comes in is, did we, realize that we were given a free 21 days to start or stop a habit? And literally, we passed up 21 days. We probably have about another 14 to 21 days as things are starting to open back up. But with the 21 days that you were given, did you start or stop a habit? Come on. Come on. I said it. You got to get into the dirt. You got to listen. I can't tend my garden standing up. Oh, y'all better. I hope y'all caught that. I can't tend my garden standing up. Part of the way that I tend my garden is I have to get on my knees. I hope you caught that. I hope you caught it. Part of the way that I tend my garden is I must get down on my knees. There's a time where I need to be praying about what is happening in my life, about where I am going. I got to get on my knees. I can't tend my garden standing up. It's not going to work. Come on. Come on. I can't tend my gardens. standing up. So I got to get on my knees. I got to be real about this. I got to understand. I got to go back to the master's plan in order for me to tend my garden properly. Have you gone back to the master's plan to tend your garden properly? Have you gone back to the master's plan to tend your garden properly? Trusting the process is literally saying, I have to be vulnerable. I have to be honest about what I know and what I don't know. Because if not, then I'll end up killing the harvest that I was supposed to receive. I have to understand what is it that I need to know without a shadow of a doubt in this season so I don't kill my harvest. And for so many, we kill the harvest before it even. Listen, as soon as it's planted, we're already killing the harvest. As soon as it's planted, we're killing the harvest. And so we got to go. One of the most valuable things was that God just kept speaking to me and saying, don't focus on the numbers. I called you to go. Don't focus on the numbers. And when you're doing online services, when you're doing e-commerce, you're like it's almost like you're always being pushed to focus on numbers, conversion, engagement, reach. You're always focused on numbers. And he kept saying, don't focus on the numbers. And in all actuality, within the last several weeks, because of all the changes online, the numbers have fluctuated. So it's not even an accurate account of who's connecting with you, or um, or the impact that you're making. And I went back and I kept saying, well, God, I just want to make an impact. I just want to make an impact. And if I can make an impact, God, I don't have to worry about the numbers. I just want to make an impact. How will I know when I'm making an impact? And so each time that I go live, I have somebody that's messaging me and asking me about services or asking me about what it is that I do. I have people that are connecting with me. I have people that okay, great. But I just need to make the impact, God, because my harvest is meant to feed, not just me. Because my harvest is not meant to just feed me. So, God, what am I supposed to be doing to make the impact? Because my harvest is not just going to feed me. My harvest is going to feed my children. My harvest is going to feed my team. My harvest is going to feed my clients. My harvest is going to feed anybody I come in contact or connection with that I support. My harvest is going to feed the people that we're going and supporting around the world. My harvest is going to feed so many. And so this morning I got up, had a 6 a.m. accountability call, a 7 a.m. interview. And on the interview, the interviewer was telling me about the impact that I had made on her. She on the other side of the world, y'all. She's in Italy. Tending to your garden assures you that the harvest will not just feed you, it'll feed so many others. If I was worried about having a big group and I wasn't worried about the impact, then guess what would have happened? I don't think we would have connected. We are in the perfect time to tend our garden. We've been given time to tend our garden. You got to trust the process. And it's interesting because I know some people, for some, it's time to go back to school. For some, it's it's time to start the book. For some, it's whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing in this time. There's a reason why it needs to be done. Because the harvest is not just for you. Man, I can't imagine where we would be if I had worried more about everybody else's garden than I did about the garden that I was supposed to be tending. If I had put myself in a position of tending to gardens that didn't even produce fruit. Can we be honest right now? Because see, some of you are tending to gardens that's not producing fruit. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Some of you are doing businesses that's not producing money. Some of you are um, networking and it's not producing any real connections. Some of you are live streaming and it's not making an impact. Everybody is different. But what is it that you're supposed to be doing? How are you supposed to be making the impact? Who are you supposed to be feeding with the harvest that's coming from your garden? Look, I understand. It's hard to trust the process. Miss Pat said it earlier. Listen, that garden work is hard. It's hard to trust the process. It's hard to wait for a flower to be full bloom. Come on. Come on. Look. Miss Pat said, get off my street this morning. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard work. But I need you to understand. Good morning, Jennifer. I need you to understand that there is somebody who's waiting for the harvest from your garden. There's somebody waiting for the harvest from your garden. There is somebody waiting for the harvest from what it is that you are going to put out into the world. There is somebody waiting for your videos. Good morning, Karen. There is somebody waiting for your speech. And please stop telling me that because there's no live events, you can't speak. I have summit after summit after summit. Please stop saying that there's no way for you to network because there's no live networking events. No, tend to the garden you have. God is giving you opportunities right in front of you. God has placed you in such a place that literally you can talk to people all around the world. So, what's stopping you from talking to people all around the world? Told you, I just did a podcast interview with someone in Italy this morning who's been impacted by World Voice League. Who's been impacted by World Voice League in Italy. One of the most difficult things that we do is going through the process of letting go of comparing ourselves, letting go of thinking that we have to live up to other people's expectations. That is one of the most damaging things to us because we think our garden has to have what their garden has. Our garden has to be like their garden. We have to display our garden in this way. Can I tell you something? Your garden is your garden. Come on. Zoom, Google Meetup, no, Google Meets. There's like so many different platforms now where people are doing things. People are more webinars are going on. More, this is the thing. But are you taking notice and tending your garden in such a way that you will not lack a harvest? There's still people making money right now. There's still people doing great things right now. There's still people showing up unapologetic and consistent. So my question to you, as entrepreneurs, as speakers, as authors, as parents, what's holding you back? And that's a question you really have to ask yourself. What's holding you back? What's holding you back from tending to your own garden? What's standing in your way? Who told you that you had to look and sound like someone else? Who told you? Who told you that? And when you get to an understanding about the value of your garden, you won't allow anybody else to trip you up. Come on. You won't allow nobody else to trip you up. When you understand the value of your garden, you won't allow anybody else to come in and do just anything in your garden. When you understand the value of your business, you won't allow just anybody to come into your business and do whatever. You won't accept everything. You won't say yes to everything. What are you doing in your garden? Y'all know over the last few weeks, we've been talking about hope. We've been spreading hope. We've been trying to motivate you guys and keep you guys, on the right path and still moving forward. My team and my clients know they have not been allowed to sit still. Um, they have had their moments, but they've still been in movement. And it's because what happens when things become stagnant? Things start to die. That goes for your business, that goes for your life, that goes for everything. So just getting back to tending to my garden so that way I can get this harvest. Trust the process. Don't rush the process. Don't rush the process. Thank you for the reactions. Don't rush the process. Why? Because guess what? There's somebody, again, your harvest is meant to not just feed you. It's not just going to impact you. When you think about a farmer, a harvest will impact them. The harvest will impact those that come in and get from the harvest. The harvest impacts the animals. The harvest impacts the economy within their local area because they go and they sell and they trade and barter. It impacts so many different people. That's why when there's a huge amount of crops that are destroyed, the government steps in because the impact that it will have. When you realize the value of your crops, you'll understand the value that it has. Thank you for sharing, Miss Pat. When you understand the value of your crops, you'll see the impact that it has. And you'll realize the value there. I am so excited about this new book anthology. I'm excited about the opportunities that are opening up. I'm excited about where we are going next when it comes to trusting the process. I'm not anxious. I'm not worried. I'm a little anxious because we had a whole bunch of cake this weekend. I don't think I worked out enough. But outside of that, outside of that, I think we're good. Understand your value. Tend to your garden. So I want to know what I want to know in the comments. I want to know, what are you going to do today to tend to your garden? And I don't care if you're watching this on replay. I don't care if you're catching it live, whichever. What are you going to do to tend to your garden today? Are you going to spend more time in prayer? Are you going to start writing the book? What are you doing today to tend to your garden? Because it's valuable. And when you understand it more, you'll show up for it more. That part. I'm excited, y'all. The hashtag unmuted anthology, our first meeting, author meeting, co-author meeting, is in next week. It's next Tuesday. And so I'm excited about those who said that they were interested and those who are getting ready to register. I'm excited about what this project is going to include and how we are really going to move some things. And the stories, the messages that will be shared in this anthology is definitely going to be an amazing experience, to say the least. So with that being said, I want to make sure that you guys have the information. If you don't, by all means, check it out in the World Voice League group. There is a post talking about the anthology and the some of the details that we talked about on the information call. I think I also posted the link to the information call. I'll post it again just in case. And with that being said, guys, we got work to do. Come on. We got work to do. Look, prayerfully work on my course. Come on. Finally got over the thought that I wasn't qualified and had nothing to offer. Realized I have something of value to offer. Yes, yes, that is how you do it. Yes. Make sure that you are showing up. Hey, Deborah. Hey, sis, how are you? Making sure that you are showing up because you have value. Man, y'all about to move and shake. Come on. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. I'm going to go get ready for my team call and to get some other things done. That's on my list for today. If you have not done so already, you can join the free Facebook community. The link is at the bottom of the screen. And look, it's about moving and shaking. Let's really take this to a whole nother level. With that being said, until next time, guys, don't forget to press it out. See ya.